Bitcoin is about to do something for the first time since 2019. This is a major signal in the markets, and you've got to start paying attention. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we talk about just the honest facts in the charts. When everyone goes left, we go right. We are rule breakers. We do things different. We stand out from the crowd. So hit that subscribe button. You're absolutely going to love it here. Now, we're going to start with this chart right here. We've got the CM Ultimate RSI MTF right up here at the top with our green bars. We'll discuss that. And right down at the bottom, we have the SNAB RSI EMA, and draw your attention right here. This line, this green line, our RSI line, is about to cross this red line. This is major. It doesn't happen very often, and it hasn't happened in a bear market since 2019. The time before that was back here in 2015. So every handful of years, we pop in this signal, and what it means is something major. We're going to jump into that in detail in this video and cover some of the most important charts at this moment. But you probably want to make better decisions trading. You probably want more wins. You probably want a better strategy. Right now, I'm giving it away in a free course. I'm doing you a major favor. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Plug in your information here. It's 1,000% free. We don't do any of that funny business where there's some sort of paid thing or hidden charge. No, it's 1,000% free. You plug in your information, you snap your fingers, and you'll have it in your inbox. It's simple as that. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Now let's get back to this chart. This is pretty major, right? We have our RSI line getting very close to this red line, right? What we want to look for is a breakthrough of that, right? We haven't gotten really close to this line since October of 2021. Right? But when you look at when we're in a bear market, obviously this green line goes down and the red line goes down at a slower rate, and the green line really starts to plummet. And when the green line starts to turn a corner, when it really starts to turn a corner and head back up, is when you need to start paying attention, because that is a major momentum shift. When we're in a bear market, you need to look for these signals in the market that spell a major momentum shift. In order to go from a bull run and even start thinking about going into the bull run from a bear market, you have to have momentum come into the market, and you need to look for clues. That's what this channel is all about. We talk about the biggest moves in crypto, because that's either where you're going to make all of your money or lose all of your money. And I want to help you make more money in these momentum shifts. So we look for these momentum shifts where this green line crosses through the red. That is a major signal of what's to come. What's beautiful about what we just did is not only were we going down, you can see that we made a low here and a lower low here, right? You can see that we made a low here and a lower low here. So some people were like, hey, you know what? We're going to keep plummeting down. But this is when we started to pivot. You can see it play out in other charts where we had this bullish divergence where we made a low here, a lower low here. But on the weekly time frame, we made a low and a higher low and a higher low. This is major bullish divergence that we were building for 6 months. The same divergence that formed at our double top. We had a top here and our double top here. This was bearish divergence. You can see it right here. We made a high here and a lower high here, but in the price we made a high and a higher high. You want to look for that confliction, because that's where the magic happens. But since that point, we had so much momentum that we rallied all the way up to this red line, something that we haven't done since 2019. In 2019, we had so much bullishness into the market, we plowed through it right away. In 2015, which is the fractal pattern that we're very similarly close to. At 2018, we're not really close to this fractal pattern from a magnitude of different charts. But in 2015, we actually had our pivot low here and we started rallying up, and then we saw some rejection, and then we went through a few months later. So the question is, are we going to plow through next month? Are we going to have some rejection? When are we going to do this, right? What are the facts in the chart saying? Let's cover some more facts with this chart. We had our blue buy button come in. We covered it right here in January 9th. And on the weekly chart with the hash ribbons, we don't have false signals. When our blue buy button button comes in, price goes up. When the blue buying button comes in, price goes up. You can see that our previous one was a 70% rally. Prior to that was 850% rally. Prior to that was a 48% rally, right? So we covered it right here on this channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We talk about these largest moves in Bitcoin. Next up, we have our stochastic RSI on the 2-week chart. Our momentum is really, really, really strong. We covered it right here on this channel when we got above the 20 level. In August of last year, we covered it and we said, watch this break above the 20 level. This is major. This is when prices were still having some trouble. We were still forming our bottom. We were in the midst of forming our bullish divergence, and we started to hold support back here and we started to take off. Our momentum was taking off as price was falling. This is a major sign. We talked about it here on the channel. Let prices fall because our momentum is going up in a major way. So it's only a matter of time before this thing breaks to the upside. So we came down, we formed what could be our double bottom, what we've called our double bottom, and our momentum is still skyrocketing, right? So price action right now, we're trying to battle up to what the bodies of these candles were, right? You can see the body of this candle and the body of this candle. We're both at 24K. That's where we rallied up to. This is not by accident, right? So what I don't like to see is we have some smaller candles forming here. We want to have larger candles form as we come up to this level, but we're seeing some resistance as we pointed out in prior videos this week. But what you want to pay attention to is the shifting of momentum with our stochastic RSI. Now let's get back to here. What does all this mean? And by the way, I want to give a major trading tip at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. If you want to improve in your trading, I'm going to give you an absolutely free tip right here on this video, something that you can use today to start having better choices, better decisions, and better results, which is what you want. So stay tuned for that in a moment. But let's look at the facts, right? We've covered a lot of facts over the past few videos, and the big picture is very clear. Bitcoin has turned a corner in the bear market. Plain and simple. Bitcoin has turned a corner. Now, is the bull run started yet? It doesn't appear yet, but it seems to be very, very close. According to this chart, we have to get this line above here. So at the close of this month, we could very well be there. We need to revisit this chart at the close of the month. Some charts, like this one, agree, where we're getting very, very close to stochastic RSI on the monthly. We need to get above this 20 level. We're not quite there. Some charts like this one are saying that, hey, the bull run could have just started, but we still need confirmation at the end of this month. So the general story is we've turned a corner. We're getting very, very close. Bitcoin could see a retest of its bottom. It could have this, for sure, this bearish divergence play out over the coming weeks. We cannot be surprised about that. We cannot be deterred about that, but it doesn't change the big picture unless some major things come in. But Bitcoin has turned a corner. We have major momentum in the market. We have our buy signal that could keep rallying prices. We are met with some resistance, as we showed you earlier in the week with this chart. So all of that we have to take into consideration, but the big picture is still the big picture. Bitcoin has turned a corner and it's on its final legs of this bear market. Now let's get to the trading tip, because if you have, less than 5-6 years of trading, I guarantee you're making this mistake that I made when I was a beginner trader, right? I made it time and time again, and it took me a while to really realize this, and I'm going to share it with you so that you can take it and apply it today. It's probably something that you've done even this past week or the past couple weeks. But if you're a beginner trader, what usually happens is you overtrade. You get into a trade, price starts going up, and you're like, man, I knew I should have bought more. And as price is rallying, you buy more. You're overtrading. And then price goes down, you're like, oh, and you probably have some swear words to go along with that, but you're like, man, beep, beep, beep. And then as it starts to go down, you sell it and you want to buy back when it goes down further, and then it doesn't go down further and then it starts going back up, and you're just over trading. You're not following any strategy. There's no set plan. There's no guidelines. There's no structure to what you're doing. You're just out there winging it, right? That's why my courses exist, and that's why my courses have changed so many lives. It gives you the system and structure that you've never had before and you didn't even know existed. And whether you're 10 years old or you're 110 years old, you can take my courses. It will change your life, plain and simple. And you can get the free course if you're not ready to make the purchase yet, completely understand. Go get the free course at cryptocurrencyuniversity.com, but you can't overtrade. Big picture, if you've got less than 5-6 years, trade less. Trade less, period. That simple tip will help you tremendously. You're over trading, and now you're probably thinking about it like, you know what? I think Steve's right. I'm over trading. Trade less. The less you trade, the better it's going to be. Then you'll start to get into a system. You'll start to understand the fundamentals. You'll start to understand that, oh, that was an emotional decision I used to make. Now I'm not making it. That's when you start to turn a corner as a trader. That's the advice I'll leave you with. Hit that subscribe button. By the way, if you think you're following this channel, you watch all my videos and you're like, yeah, of course I'm subscribed. I want you to take your phone. I want you to tilt it to this way, and I want you to look at that red button down in the corner. Make sure it says subscribe, because even though you're watching all my videos, you might not have realized you're actually not subscribed. It's free to subscribe, so subscribe. Turn the phone that way, take a look, subscribe. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.